Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare,
Harinam
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Ram
Rama
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna, Hare
Prabhu
Hare, Hare Ram,
Nityananda
Ram Ram,
Shri
Ram, Hare Hare,
Advaita
Krishna
Gadadhara
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Sivasani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Rama,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare, Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Rama,
Krishna,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama. Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Adi
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Adi
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Ram Ram
Hare Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hari Ram
Rama
Ram Ram
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari
Hare Hare
Hari
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama
Hari Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Ram
Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hari
Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hari Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
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 Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Hare Svatari Gaura Bhaktavinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
everyone 7 o'clock
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. Okay, so we'll read some heavy instructions from Prahlad Maharaj. Let's see. 7th Canto, The Science of God, Chapter 6. Prahlad instructs his demonic schoolmates. Verse number 10. Vonam konmartha trishnam visrijet pranebhyopiya ipshitaha Yam krinatya ashubhi preshthais taskara sevako vanik. Money is so dear that one conceives of money as being sweeter than honey. Therefore, who can give up the desire to accumulate money, especially in household life? Thieves, professional servants, and merchants try to acquire money, even by risking their very dear lives. So, money is very dear to everyone because money gives security and money gives comforts. Money gives sense, money helps us fulfill our desires for sense gratification. So, in this way, money is very much dear to everybody. So, everybody is looking for money, right? For security, comfort, and sense gratification. So, he's saying that sometimes even people risk their lives to earn money. They take a profession like thieves, thieves or smugglers. There are so many smugglers. If they are caught, like recently in Mexico, there was this big drug cartel who was shot, right? So they are doing all this illegal business, and there are servant soldiers in the army. They've enrolled themselves in army. They are going to the war front to fight. Some people enroll in army because they have a lot of perks, nice retirement benefits. They are willing to risk their lives for them. So many reasons. Somebody will be patriotic, so they will enroll in the army. But here Prahlad is saying that they risk their lives to acquire money. There are professions like mining. Mining means you go deep inside the earth to do whatever they are doing, and you can get trapped inside the mines, right? And it's a very difficult situation. Also, otherwise, also, I mean, everybody is driving, like some people are commuting 30 miles, 40 miles. They're driving in this, on the freeways, there can be accident at any point. But you're driving so far. Why? Because to earn money, you have a job, you have to go. So we are risking our lives to earn money. Of course, even in home, there is risk, right? Even you can, like stairs, you are going down the stairs and you can slip and you can fall. So everywhere there is risk in this material world. But there are professions, like, and there are situations which are very dangerous. And one does those professions to earn money. So what should we do? What should we do? Money is required, right? I mean, money is required for sustenance. Money is required. Otherwise, without money, nobody will even do anything for you, right? You want to get some services done, something, food, buy some food. If you don't have money, who is going to give you? Of course, if you're a beggar, somebody may give you, but that you're at the mercy of others, right? So they may give, they may not give. Like Krishna told, when his friends went to beg from the Brahmanas, they came back empty-handed. And Krishna said, this is the nature of profession of beggar. Sometimes you may get, sometimes you may not get. But if you have money, then surely you go to Kroger or someplace and you give money, you can buy whatever you want. So money is required, and everybody wants money. So why is Prahlad saying this? Prahlad is talking about household life. Our materialistic household life, everybody is after money, strong desires for sense gratification. In fact, his father, Hiranyakashipu means one who is after gold and after sense gratification. So he's comparing like how there is all these things kills the desire for self-realization. It basically you don't realize who you are and why you are suffering. Because we are too much greedy. I mean, when one person becomes very greedy for money, then everything is lost, the desire for spiritual life. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I don't want this. Of course, we need money, I'm not saying, but money will come by your previous karma, whatever you're destined to get, you'll get. Sometimes you're born in a very rich family, right? So by birth only, you're a millionaire because you're going to inherit the wealth of your parents. Krishna says those who are unsuccessful in spiritual life, they can get their birth in their next life in a very rich aristocratic family. Suchinam, Srimatam, Kehe, Yogo Brashta Vijayate. So if you have money and all these things, then life is a little bit comfortable. So now you can pursue self-realization easily. So that is Krishna's favor. You don't have to worry about money, right? I mean, those who are very rich, they don't have to work like that. They can spend their time in Krishna consciousness and serving Krishna. Of course, in any situation, you can become Krishna conscious. It's not like whether you have money, you don't have money, you can become Krishna conscious. But you can do so many things, right? Because you don't have to work a job, and you can directly go and preach and distribute books. You can chant Hare Krishna, and that way you can spread Lord Chaitanya's movement. Of course, any situation you can do that. You can go at work, you can tell your colleagues about Krishna consciousness, and they can also become. So, but with money, you don't have to struggle so hard, right? If you have money, you don't have to struggle. Like from morning till night, so many jobs may go, this, that, so many things. So it's Krishna's mercy. If one should take it like that. But the thing is, if you become too comfortable, because then a lot of money, then we can use it for sense gratification. I want to go here on the cruise. I want to go here vacation. Now you have so much money, so I have so many plans how I can enjoy in this world. So that can be a downfall also. Money can cause your downfall. Like so many rich people, right? They're very rich. So they don't have to work. Then what will they do? Then they will find ways to how to engage the mind in so many activities of sense gratification. So money can be good if you realize that, yeah, I've got a comfortable life now. I can chant Hare Krishna. I don't have to deal with all the difficult situations at work, the politics and all these things. You can be peaceful. You can chant Hare Krishna. You can serve Krishna. You can remember Krishna. Peaceful mind. So that is a benediction, but it can be a curse also. Like Nala Kuver and Manigriva, right? They were very rich sons of Kuver, so they were cursed. They were enjoying sense gratification. So purport, let's read the purport. How money can be dearer than life is indicated in this verse. Thieves may enter the house of a rich man to steal money at the risk of their lives. Yeah, the owner may have a gun and they may shoot, or they may call the police. Because of trespassing, they may be killed by guns or attacked by watchdogs, but still they try to commit burglary. Why do they risk their lives? Only to get some money. And of course, sometimes you don't have money and you don't have a job, nothing. So how will you sustain yourself? So you have to do something like that, right? Do some crime, because without money, who will give you food? And when survival is at stake, then poverty brings out the worst in a man, right? They say you're poor and you don't have. That's what will happen at Kali Yuga. As Kali Yuga will progress, there'll be no food production by the earth. So many things. Earth will not produce food grains. And when survival is there, then what will they do? Whatever is available, you eat. So people will kill each other, like that. It's described for food. So maybe, I don't know. Some people may say, I cannot do that, right? I cannot, I will die, but I will never kill somebody and eat them. But anyhow, so only to get some money. Similarly, a professional soldier is recruited into the army and he accepts such service with the risk of dying on the battlefield, only for the sake of money. Anytime war can break out, then you have to go on the forefront and fight. Of course, you say it's my nation, I'm fighting for my nation. But really, whose nation is it? Everything belongs to Gopal, right? Sab bhumi Gopal ki, they say. Everything belongs to Gopal, whether it is in America or in India or Russia, all land belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. So I'm thinking this is my country, this is my land. But in one sense, from a bigger picture, we didn't come, the land will still be there. The land was there before our birth, and the land will be there after our birth, after our death. The land is there, right? I mean, in between we come and say, this is my country, my land. Of course, I am not trying to take away the credit of all the soldiers who are sacrificing their lives. Like in India, I mean, if the soldiers didn't do their job, then all the invaders would come inside and then we would not have any freedom to practice our religion, right? There would be force and atrocities like Mughals came. Mughals came and they invaded India. And Britishers came. So there were a lot of atrocities and things like that. So yeah, it is required. But the goal of life, all the people in the country should also know what is the goal of life, why we are here for. So only for the sake of money. In the same way, merchants go from one country to another on the boats at the risk of their lives. There are pirates and so many things. Or they dive into the water of the sea to collect pearls and valuable gems. Thus it is practically proved, and everyone will admit, that money is sweeter than honey. One may risk everything to acquire money, and this is especially true of a rich man who are too attached to household life. Formerly, of course, the members of higher caste, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, were trained in Gurukul. Everyone but the Shudras were trained in Gurukul to adhere to a life of renunciation and sense control by practicing brahmacharya and mystic yoga. Then they were allowed to enter household life. There have consequently been many instances in which great kings and emperors have given up household life. Although they were extremely opulent and were the masters of kingdoms, they could give up all their possessions because they were trained early as brahmacharis. Prahlad Maharaj's advice at the beginning of this chapter is therefore very appropriate. Kaumara acharet pragyo dharman bhagvataniha durlabham manusham janma tadapya dhruvamarthadam. One who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements. The human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporary like other bodies, it is meaningful because in human life one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. Human society should take advantage of this instruction. So Prabhupada says, yeah, previously they were trained from the very beginning in sense control and renunciation. Brahmachari life, Vanaprastha life, Sannyas life is renounced life. So they were trained so that even if they entered Grihastha life, they will be regulated, and then at some point they will renounce. They will get out so that they can focus more on God. Like some kings, Prabhupada is saying, who gave up their kingdom, like Bharat Maharaj, right? They say he gave up everything. Just as we pass stool and we don't even look at the stool, we flush it, right? Similarly, Bharat Maharaj, at some point, he just gave up everything. He just walked away from everything. So, I'm done. Yeah. Like Meera was saying, right? Meera was telling about her father. I don't know if I should say, but is there or not? I don't know. So anyway, so at some point one becomes very God conscious and just says, now finished. I have, because human life, the only reason we have got human life is to go back to Godhead. That's the only, or you can say to develop Krishna Prem or to engage in Krishna's service. That's the only purpose of human life. Everything else is like not required. But we have to live in this world, so we have to do something to sustain ourselves. But what is the use of building a big empire and then quitting the body and going? That's yesterday we were discussing. You may be CEO of a company and then next life you are a very low grade earthworm or a dog. There are so many dogs, there are so many insects, so many flies, so many bees, so many fishes, like that. So what is the point in building up a huge empire? So like that, Chanakya Pandit, right? We say always, a person who gives up the eternal for the temporary ultimately loses both. And a person who gives up the temporary for the eternal ultimately loses nothing. Who gives up the temporary for the eternal loses nothing. Okay, so of all this, ultimately, whatever is to change our consciousness. All this is, everything is meant to change our consciousness. Because it's our consciousness that will determine where we will go in our next life. So all that we are doing, whether we are chanting, hearing, working, everything should be to become Krishna conscious. That's the main purpose, whatever we are doing. If it takes us in the other direction, then it is problem. Then we come back in this material world. So it's not so easy because we are conditioned and the desires are there very deep rooted. And so it's not so easy. But if we want, it can happen, right? I mean, Krishna is wanting us to become detached from our material desires. He also says, give up all your concocted material desires. Prajahati yada kaman sarva partha manogatan.
आत्मनेवात्मनि तुष्ट स्थित प्रज्ञ तदोच्यते.
Atmaneva atman tushta sthita tadoচ্yate. So become satisfied in the self and give up all desires. We are born of mental concoction. But our mind will not agree, right? That's the problem. Our mind will say, no, there is some happiness in this way. This way, if I get something like that, if I bring my senses in contact with the sense objects, I'll be very happy. So that is so we have to regulate, right? So we have the desires, all these desires are there. So, okay, as much as is required. Like salt. Salt cannot be too much, salt cannot be too little. So desires for sense gratification have to be regulated. Cannot be too much, cannot be too little. It can be too little if you're advanced. If you're advanced, then you give up. But if you are not at that level, then you have to regulate according to Shastra. So that at one point, slowly, one will become. But sometimes we are not able to even regulate because the desires are so strong. So we are not able to regulate. So that's why we have all this sadhana bhakti and all this, right? And even though we know sometimes I have to be in Krishna consciousness, but those deep-rooted desires are so strong that we are not able to change. So that's where we just have to try, that's all, and cry, as we were saying yesterday. There is no other way. You cannot change your consciousness in any other way without Krishna consciousness, without Krishna's help. Devi esha gunamai mama maya durattaya mamevaya prapadyante maya mitam tarantite. Only when Krishna is pleased, then we can give up. So how do you know you are getting Krishna's mercy? One way to know that you are getting Krishna's mercy is you are becoming detached from desires for sense gratification. That's the way. Love of Krishna and all that is there. But before you get love of Krishna also, simultaneously there has to be bhakti parishanubhav virakti anyatra cha trishayika kala. Otherwise I cannot say I have love of Krishna, but at the same time I have so many desires for sense gratification and my consciousness is like always thinking about so many. Then we are not Krishna conscious. Or, we are trying. We can say. Prabhupada also said, I'm trying to be a devotee. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, so devotee means a big thing, according to Prabhupada when he says. I'm trying. I'm not there yet. So, not to be discouraged. Yeah, but that means we have to focus more on Krishna, pray to Krishna, beg Krishna, become desperate, right? Because life is coming to an end and our consciousness has not changed yet. If consciousness is not changed yet and we have only few years left in life, then we should be really desperate because we want to pass the exam. We want to get rid of all this bad consciousness before we die. So that's why we say we have to accelerate our change of consciousness. Ultimately, we have to accelerate not anything, to accelerate the change of your consciousness. And somehow or other, yena kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayet. Somehow, whatever way it works, whether I have to do this, I have to do that. When you become desperate, then somehow or other I have to change my consciousness, whatever it may be. I have to do this, I have to go here, I have to go there, here, where, whatever, I have to avoid this, whatever it takes. Somehow I have to change my consciousness. That means I have to change my thoughts, my value system, my desires from within, so that I can go back home, back to God. So if we really want it, it will happen. If we really, really want it from deep inside our heart. Okay, so that is what we say, without ulterior motive. Yeah, go ahead.
So money is such an illusion. We think we have, so much money in the bank account, but it can be lost in one moment.
That
Like,
is one thing, and it cannot protect you also if you have.
yeah, if you get into an accident, and we have seen, people, very rich people getting diseases, and they have money in the bank account and cannot help them.
Yeah. That's why we should give money for Krishna's service. Right? We should use it for Krishna's service. And that way, whatever we have done to earn that money, that will give us elevation. Because now we are using it to serve Krishna. Now, of course, people
That
say
is,
they want to retire early. So I don't want to keep working. So I want to save money so that I can retire early. So I don't have. That can be a consideration. Yeah, you don't like, because if you give all your money, then you need money. Then what will happen? Then you have to keep working at a job because you don't have money. But that is also glorious. Like many devotees who give their earnings for the service of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says they are sannyasis. Sannyasis is not just like, it is giving up the security. Like we say, humility means nobody can protect you, not your gun, not your money. So, nobody, not your relatives. So, if you really believe that Krishna will only protect me, then one can give up all their money. Because money is not going to protect me.
yeah, but in the yoga ladder, giving money to Krishna, that comes in the lower. Actual money, actual wealth is our bhakti that we do, direct bhakti. Shravanam Kirtan
But it's
Vishnu,
an
fixing
act
the
of
balance.
Atmanivedanam. It is, you are telling that I am depending on you, Krishna. I don't have any other
No,
dependence.
but spending so much time to earn money, in that time, we could have done.
I'm saying that if you have money and if you're keeping it, that's not an act of Atmanivedanam. That's what I'm saying. Like Atmanivedanam means giving everything, whatever you have, to Krishna. You like,
Correct. See, but some people say, I like to work, so I will, do work and give money to Krishna. But that comes in a lower category. You can
It
work
depends on
for
your
your livelihood.
consciousness in which you are doing the work. Any work you
Yeah,
do, but if it is everything for Krishna, nothing for me, then
but,
then that is devotional service. It is for the
but
pleasure.
the,
It is
but the
it is
highest is to engage in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Direct devotional service. Harer Naam Eva Kevalam. If you are working
but if
throughout
you
your
have to
life
build a
and
temple, you require money, right? I mean, if you have to
so
build a temple,
building temple does not take you back home, back to Godhead.
no, but it is for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. Propagation.
Somebody,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says we have to propagate Krishna consciousness. So if you are helping in that mission, like Jayananda, he was driving a taxi. Now he could have sat in the temple and chanted, but it helped Prabhupada print that Bhagavad Gita, and that Bhagavad Gita was distributed to so many people, right? I mean, he printed the book. So you ultimately, it is not what you're in what consciousness you are doing, why, for whom you are doing. You may be chanting, but mind may be not there at all in
yeah,
that
yeah, basically purification of heart. See, we are not
purification.
just saying that if you give money to Krishna, that, give a lot of money. And some people have that karma that they get easy money.
Yeah.
They have business and they get easy money, and they may not be pure in their consciousness, but yes, so many Gujaratis, they are giving their money to build this very big temples. What are those temples? I,
Swaminarayan.
Swaminarayan temple, right? So they have that karma, they have that money, and that comes easy to them. And they might think I'm doing a lot, I'm building these temples, but are they purifying their consciousness by the process of bhakti? That is the main thing.
So the thing is, any devotional service you do, ultimately, yeah, Prabhupada said you have to chant Hare Krishna. So if you don't have time to chant, because this is the main devotional service. He says of all the regulative principles, the spiritual master's order to chant 16 rounds is the most. So in our ISKCON movement, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam. But your consciousness will change whether you are doing chanting or anything, hearing. It will change based on what is the motive with which you are doing that service. That will change your consciousness, right? So we say the advancement depends on the attitude of so what is the motive with which any service I'm doing, whether I'm washing pots in the temple or whether I'm cleaning the floor, what is my consciousness behind that the service that I'm doing, that will change my consciousness. So because then if you're doing it, I mean, I can be chanting and there can be so many other things why I'm chanting for, right? Whatever, what is the why I'm doing what I'm doing, it can be so many other reasons. So it is your your mood that will change your heart, which will please Krishna, and Krishna will then give you mercy. So that is also there.
And so many devotees like, Rupa Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, they were from millionaire family.
Yeah.
They left everything, became beggars, and
Because
then they,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them.
teaching.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them. So if there is higher direction and you know there is like yeah, so depending on the of course chanting hearing is always good and everything.
They still did teaching and they
But
still
according to your
built
conscious,
temples.
yeah, you. I mean,
They-
some kshatriyas. There is brahmanas. There is kshatriyas. In Varnashram Dharma, Arjuna is a kshatriya, and his duty is to fight. Actually, he wanted to go and sit in the forest, and so Krishna said
And
no.
they retired also very fast. Only 15 years they ruled and they retired.
Huh, yeah.
Basically, they took on to Nirjan
But
Bhajan.
but it's Arjuna did his service. Whatever he was told, he was did his service. So many temples opened, right? So many devotees went, and they, inspired so many all over the world. Krishna consciousness spread because Prabhupada wanted that, and for he says like, you know, if you are like Amrish Prabhu, he's using his money to build this TOVP. temple. So, yeah, so you can use your money in Krishna's service and it will elevate you. That's what basically. Money is not bad if you use it. You may get so much. I mean, Krishna will recognize if you do. If Atma Nivedam, so many devotees do, like we have one devotee here, right, who is working very hard to. So that is devotional service. When you are not attached, that is sannyas. Sannyas means you give up all your, when you work, but you give the fruits of your work for Krishna. So you don't want to keep the fruits with you, but you want to use it.
But at the same time, sadhana should be there.
Sadhana should be
That
there.
is not the only thing that will purify you.
Sadhana should be there. Basic sadhana should be there. 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, chanting, hearing. Yeah. So we have to do that. If you're initiated, obviously, then you have to chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles. So ultimately, Krishna will recognize our heart situation, whether we are doing this service or that service. Ultimately, Krishna will see, and then accordingly he will decide, right, who will go back home, back to God, and who will not go back home. Because it's a state of heart, ultimately. It is not something just external that we have to do to please Krishna, but through the external we have to change our internal. And the internal changes based on which consciousness you do the external. So chanting may be like, okay, external, but it can be internal. Like we say, chanting can be, what is that? It can be heart.
Heart deep or lip deep.
Lip deep, yeah. Chanting can be lip deep or chanting can be heart deep.
Mm-hmm.
So any devotional service you do can be lip deep and heart deep.
Yeah.
But of course, of all the practices, 9 processes, this chanting is the most important. That's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Tar Madhya Sarvasya. And Prabhupada also said 90% of our advancement. So while we are doing the activity, also we are supposed to chant, right? We are serving. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshi Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha.
So didn't Prabhupada say that preaching can happen even without temples? Because sometimes we over endeavor and to build a gorgeous big temple, we have to work hard to maintain the temple, while preaching efforts can go on without even having a temple.
Yes, that is true. And actually temple should be a result of preaching. If you are preaching, then automatically more people are coming. If you are preaching, then more people are coming. More people are coming means there is bigger congregation. Bigger congregation means now you have more people who want to. And it is not just about, sometimes Prabhupada said, like, you're preaching, but there is some quote like that, where is the money? In the sense that people should be giving their heart, where heart is in the money. So it's their chanting, hearing, so they will also want to give if you're actually conveying the message nicely and properly. Then they want to also surrender, so they'll give something from their heart also. And if they're chanting, then they want to surrender. Surrender means you give your mind, your words, your wealth, your time, like that. So it is actually a result of preaching. For where there is preaching, then so many things will happen. Yeah.
Right. So preachers are limited, he says. There are people who want to have a grahastha life and work. But preachers also are necessary to bring those grahasthas into Krishna consciousness, like full-time preachers. And many of the disciples of Prabhupada he met, the Americans, like most of them became full-time devotees. Prabhupada didn't encourage them that you keep doing your job and sometime you can devote.
Yeah.
He wanted full-time preachers.
Yeah, there is lack of preachers. Those who have that inclination that to become, they can serve.
And then Prabhupada also said,
in the movement. Sorry, Radhika Mataji was saying something. Finish.
Just one thing, like he was saying, somebody asked, right, how did you build these temples? And the disciples said, oh, these people give donation. And Prabhupada says, no, Krishna gave the money.
Yeah.
So money is coming from Krishna. We just focus on giving Krishna to others, and preaching and temples will be built automatically.
Yeah.
Because
And there'll be people who are inspired by Krishna. Of course, everything is happening by Krishna's will only. We are preaching. That is also we are not doing preaching. Krishna is doing preaching, in the sense that who is giving us the intelligence to speak all these words, and everything is happening by Krishna's will only. So, and we are repeating his message, right? Go ahead, Jimmy, if you want to say something.
No, Prabhuji, I was just thinking, yes, sadhana is required, full-time preaching. Also, we need more preachers. Temple is also required. Like lot of in the movement also, right? Like I'm very inspired by Nitai Sevini Mataji. Like they were in US, they quit their US life, they went back to India. They full time. She studied also after that. She did PhD. She propagated Krishna consciousness. A full time Gurukul she established. She did so much things. Like along with sadhana, she is raising funds for new temple in Visakhapatnam. So lot of, even devotees like I feel in full time also they are not just sitting and by sadhana they are just not sitting in their home, comfort of the home, just chanting all 24 hours. They're doing a lot, right? Like so, like that. If we consider, okay, if our situation does not permit us to be full time preacher, we can still continue to work, as you were saying, Prabhuji, that motivation, intention decides, right? Like even if we are working, but if we work with that consciousness that Krishna, we are doing for Krishna conscious centered lifestyle and for Krishna, flesh of Krishna, then it becomes like a full time preaching
Yeah,
only.
and according to
But
one
work also we can meet people.
psychological disposition, right? That's why there is
Yeah.
varnashram, right? Some people are more Brahminical, right? So they like to study Shastra, and they cannot work with machines and all these things like technology. They are more Brahminical. So yeah, that's how it is. Like some devotees say, I cannot work in a job 8 hours every day for 40 years. This is too much. Some devotees told
or
me,
I cannot work for a boss. I cannot work for a
work for
boss.
a boss, or yeah, Brahmana does not
Yeah,
work
then
for.
they can have other options. They can have their own business. Maybe they have to brainstorm and find out something that will work for them. But I'm just saying, like, but those situations we can make it Krishna conscious moments, like at workplace. I also meet co-workers. I sometimes we try to discuss,
Oh, I'm on
and
call.
to Krishna consciousness movement.
I'll call. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Premila spoke. Yeah. So yeah. So it is like that. I lost the last point that you said. Right. What did you say? That. Yeah. So Brahmanas. Yeah. There are Brahmanas. I was saying the Kshatriyas. Some people like to do seva, but they are not very shastrically. They don't like to sit in the class. So they like to do seva. So seva can be done inside the temple, outside the temple. So so they are not very shastrically inclined. Right? They come, like I also know so many people, they like to come and cook, but they don't like to sit down for the class and hear the philosophy. They're not very inclined to hear the philosophy, or they can't preach also because they are not. To preach, you have to like. Of course, they are preaching by example. What they are doing, we see them that they are doing this service, and it inspires. They may not be great shastric scholars, so like that. Some people like to work and then give their money to Krishna. So everybody has their
I think everybody has to think what is good for their
good for them.
consciousness. Are they remembering Krishna? Are they getting purified? And at some point in their life, they should give up work and engage full time service. That's what a Shastra recommends beyond 50 years of age. Yeah. So as the death is approaching, we should do full time service.
Yeah, and
You see?
everything. Whether you do it in your, like, supposing I'm cleaning my kitchen, whether it's temple kitchen or it's my home kitchen. If my home is a temple, then if I'm in the consciousness that my home is a temple, then I'm doing that same service whether you do it in your home or you do it in the temple. Right? It's basically your consciousness. You are washing the pots. So you cooked in your house and you are washing the pots and you are doing it in the temple and you are offering it to Krishna in the house and you cooked in the right way.
Basically, are you remembering Krishna?
Are you
Oh,
remembering
the
Krishna?
basic principle is always remember Krishna.
Are you doing it for Krishna's pleasure? Yeah. Whatever you're doing, is it for to satisfy Krishna? So whether you are in the office now doing something, now you're remembering Krishna and you're doing it for satisfying Krishna.
See, household things and other things, we can turn on a kirtan, we can hear a lecture while doing it. We can't do that in work. We have to be focused if we have to do a good job, right? At least 8 hours.
Yeah.
So then we are not hearing anything. We may forget Krishna also. Yeah, and doing
Yeah,
things.
ideally
But yeah,
24
the
hours we should
ultimate.
chant and hear, but everybody can't do that, right? Chanting and hearing 20, that's the ideal goal. Chanting and hearing, that's the essence of all advice. Rupa Goswami says this is the thing. So you have to come to that platform. If you can come to that platform,
At some point, we have to come to that platform.
or some lifetime.
24
Yeah,
hours.
and you have to be comfortable with that, right? If you don't feel that, then yeah. So then you do something else, right? If Krishna says you can't do this, then you do this. So ideally, we should all be pure devotees of Krishna. Ideally, we should be all pure devotees of Krishna. We should give up all material desires. Basically, that's the point. Ultimately, whatever you're doing, whether it's a material activity or spiritual activity, is determined by who you are doing it for, what is the consciousness. So that is basically it. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody wants to use.
No, I was saying that, but basically that everything, whatever we do, reading or services, is come to the point of chanting all the time, right? So yesterday I was hearing lecture, Amrin Prabhu was talking about, he was discussing one pastime. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta
Not even
Saraswati
chanting, to
Thakur
remember
wanted.
Krishna all the time. Whatever
Yeah,
service you do.
if one gets taste in chanting, they may not engage in any other service except
Ultimately, the
chanting.
point is to, highest
So
thing is to remember Krishna always. That's the
mm,
Smartavya
y-
Satatam Vishnu. Whether you
Ante
are making a
Narayana
whether you are making a garland for Krishna, you are chanting the holy name. The point is to remember Krishna always.
Yeah, Ante Narayana Smriti, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevram. What comes in our mind? Krishna is not saying what comes to your tongue, whether my name comes or not, but my remembrance comes in your mind or not.
Because that is your
without
inner consciousness.
having taste, or without having a remembrance of Krishna, it's very difficult to chant all the time. So
See,
if somebody has a taste in
No,
chanting like
whatever
Haridas
service you are
Thakur,
doing, ultimately you may be
yeah,
not
that is
chanting.
it.
You may not be chanting. You may be just cleaning the floor, but in your mind you are remembering Krishna. Oh, this is
yeah,
Krishna.
so like Dukhi got the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by being a humble servant. And see how many times we are chanting and our mind is somewhere else in the 24 hours. Somebody's chanting 24 hours. Is he remembering Krishna 24 hours? That they have to introspect. You can be doing lip service, but it's
So
very difficult. It is easy to give your senses to Krishna, and tongue is one of the senses, but very difficult to give your mind and heart to Krishna.
that is only when you have love for Krishna. When love and all these things are ultimately to develop love for hearing about Krishna, whatever is become deity worship, or whatever you are doing is ultimately hearing about Krishna, chanting, so that you remember Krishna always. That's what I was saying, that this is Rupa Goswami saying, or Padma Puran is saying this, right? Smartavya Satatam Vishnu. Everything is subservient to this principle. And so you can do so many things. Like you have your child, right? You have love for your child. So you are washing the clothes of the child, you are feeding the child, you are seeing that the child is doing its homework nicely, right? His or her homework nicely. You are doing this and that. You are taking care of basically all the, because you have love for the child. So The activity is that you're inspired by love. And then that inspiration of love is translating into so many other things, so many other activities. It's not only one activity. You're doing so many activities for your child. You're changing the diapers, you are also feeding the child. But all that is inspired by love for your child. That is the main thing. So whatever it is, devotee, pure devotee, whatever activities is doing, it is inspired by love for Krishna. Because they have awakened their love for Krishna. So that is, gopis can be doing this way or that way, so many things, right? They may be cooking, they may be doing this, they may be doing that. Yeah, but they're always like, it's all inspired by love for Krishna.
But if their heart says that they want to do it all the time, particular service of reading scriptures, and they should follow their heart. They should not unnecessarily stress themselves in doing things that the society is forcing them to do certain things, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
gopis could
nobody
not
likes to
go.
work.
Gopis could
Who
like to
likes to?
go to
No, who likes
forest
to go
and
to work? I mean, who likes to go to work? If given a said something, if somebody says that somebody will maintain them, then do what your heart says. Then what would you do?
I think you don't like to go to work, I think. But
No, no, no. I mean, I always think at work that there are better things to do than this. I can hear a
maybe that's why,
lecture.
according to your psychological disposition, if you're not engaged, then there are people who are in the corporate, they enjoy. They think, what will I do without work? I will have nothing to do. They keep working, even they are at the retirement age. They like that corporate because you spend so much time in the corporate setting, so they like it. I mean, there are people who say, oh, without work I cannot. There are people who don't like. So it's different. And of course, they have not developed taste for chanting and hearing. So that is also there. But it's everybody's conditioning is different. I have some relatives, they are saying, what will I do if I give up my work? I will have nothing to do. I'll get bored. It's better I keep working. Even though I don't have any need for money, but it keeps my mind engaged, So I work. So they don't have any desire like that. Self-realization is there. It's more important. Or maybe they are doing, I cannot say about anybody, but I'm just... so everybody has to be engaged in that's Varnashram. You have to be engaged according to your psychological disposition. Some people like to cook very much, or gardening, like they like to do gardening and things like that. They like to grow crops for Krishna. I mean, farming, and we have some devotees, they're very much into like maintaining organic things and like that. So you can use that in Krishna service. Okay, it's
I think Preeti wanted to say something. Maybe she can finish
yeah,
what
she
she
can
heard from
finish.
Amrinda Garu.
Yeah, go ahead, Preeti. Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah.
No, I was just discussing one pastime that where Srila Bhaktisan Saraswati Thakur, he was saying that I want someone who is chanting all the time. I want to recruit a person who is chanting 24 hours. I think his name was, I just forgot the name, but it's like Jagannath Das Vaju, someone he said that, okay, and he, in the newspaper, and he said that and Bhaktisan Saraswati Thakur says that I will maintain all his things, whatever is required, maintain that. And he come to that, okay, I will chant always 24 hours. And he is the only job is to chanting all the time. And how he was preaching that he has a card of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and wherever he go, he just put the like bus stands, or he just put the Hare Krishna Mahamantra over there. And those who are seeing that pamphlet or flyer of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so people, I mean, by chanting 24 hours, and he knows that everybody around that places, he knows that this is from this devotee. either Jagannath Das Babaji or someone else. I forgot the name, but yeah, I mean that's how he was chanting. The only he was saying, he was just putting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and people, so many people just take the flyers and started chanting also. So what are the thing is that if the purity is the force, um, if somebody chanting, if someone gets the taste in chanting, always, I mean, I believe that if one can have without a taste and without having any joy in chanting, it's difficult to chant just for the tongue's lip service all the time by chanting. It's difficult. It seems to me difficult. And if one has chanting, it will automatically comes up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean,
Uh,
whatever the service we do, it's like facilitating
Yeah, there are
our
bhajan.
chanting. It will
I mean,
increasing.
yeah, bhajan, and even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to speak. He was, I mean, that is chanting also, but he was preaching. He was too much into preaching.
mm,
Like
Kirtanim,
yeah,
yes.
he was sending his disciples to the west. Okay, you go, and in London he sent his disciples. He was in, his Guru Maharaj said, don't go to Calcutta. And then he established a Bagh Bazaar, the temple in Calcutta. So this is the mood, right? It is to chant and to make others chant. When we say like that.
But
And
when he put that thing to recruit somebody who can chant all the time, he didn't get anybody. That's how I heard that past time. Like 24 hours, and I will maintain you, I will give you food and living. Nobody came looking at that advertisement. And then one time,
No,
Prabhupada,
I
one
can
disciple.
send you that lecture, Mataji. He was mentioning that that person come, that one person, and he says that I will chant. I mean,
So
that's what I'm
I
trying
Yes,
have
to
one
heard
understand.
that
person
past
came,
time.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, one person came, and when he was only chanting, everybody else were complaining, how
Mm.
come he gets to only chant while we have to do all other services? Then he says, if you are able to chant like him, then I will let you do, but you cannot do it like how he is doing 24 hours chanting. So there was one person, I don't know the name, but I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
So in
Yes. Yes.
Prabhupada time, there was one disciple who said, I will just chant. Prabhupada, I will not do anything else, just chant. And then few days he was chanting and then he disappeared somewhere. So Prabhupada says we should not imitate Haridas Thakur. Because unless you are in very high level of devotion, you cannot be in that state. So artificially doing that will not work.
it should
And
be
that should
not done
happen
for name, fame,
organically.
and prestige. That's, you can try to chant, but this is not to get some name, fame, and prestige. It is to purify your heart. You can chant. We can chant whole day if you want, and then we can see, okay, how many hours I can chant, right? Let's
Mhm.
see how many hours I can chant, and then how many days I can chant, like this. So that's, but it should not be done to get name, that now I'm a great devotee, I'm chanting all the time, and people should recognize me. That's nirja, what is that? Dushta mana
Huh.
tumi kishere Vaishnav, right? Okay,
Mhm.
Dushta mana tumi kishere Vaishnav. You are doing your bhajan, you are doing your nirjan bhajan, so that everybody says, okay, he's doing so much nirjan bhajan. And so the motive in this, again, it's about the motive. What is the motive behind what you are doing? That's the thing. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, we don't have a spontaneous love like the Brajvasis. We need to develop the love. So these things are facilitating that. Oh, if not engage in chanting, then one can engage in service. One can, and there's so many other services to do, either cooking or temple or cleaning or book distribution, hearing. So many things are there. But unless one is not hear about that, one is not even engaged in services also. Okay, this is good for me. When I can hear that, okay, if I'm doing service, I will get some credit, or if I donate something, it get some credit. There's so many rich people are there, but they are not donating because maybe they don't hear about it. That this is good, or even SB Keshu Swami also saying that we are holding our energy, we are holding our wealth, and we are holding our love also. We are not fully love Krishna. So we don't have to hold back. Krishna is seeing that how much you are holding back. How much you are giving is not important, because how, as you are saying many times, that if someone has a $1 million and he gives you $10, that doesn't make any sense for that. But if someone has $10 and give you $8, that is more high, more appreciated, because he's not holding back. That intention is giving is more important than. So Krishna is not seeing the how much you have and how much you've. Yeah, basically, yeah. Conclusion is that what's your intention,
And then charity
with
is
all
also in the mode
intention.
of passion. Charity, in mode of passion means I'm giving charity so that my name comes there, on this. They will announce my name. So there is a consciousness behind which you give charity also. So many, everything um, like Krishna is seeing. So, and of course, we are not saying whatever inspires, at least they are giving to Krishna and they're not giving to somebody else. Okay, they want to be like Gauranga Prabhu one time he said, right, that somebody was announcing book distribution scores and the temple, and then this person, one devotee distributed maybe 100 books, and they announced that, oh, he distributed only 20 books. So he became very upset that, oh, I distributed 100 books. Why did they announce uh,
Item, right?
20?
Well, that's pretty high level. What we also.
Why did they say only 20 books? So then he was saying, previously he was talking about cricket scores. At least now he's talking about book distribution scores. So he wants, so like that. So at least there is some progress, right? At least even if you want name, fame, whatever, but they're giving to Krishna, right? So instead of giving somewhere or spending for sense gratification, now at least they're giving to Krishna. So yeah, ideally we should be pure devotees, right? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagdishi shakamaye, mama janmani ishvare pavatat bhakti rahitu kitvahi. I don't want anything Krishna. So that is the consciousness of a pure devotee. Okay. So,
So I just wanted to ask, when do we have to leave?
yeah, 8:30 you
Okay.
said. I sent the message, right, that Vasudev Prabhu and that we have funeral to go to. This person passed away. So 8:30 will come. There.
Prabhuji, I have a question. So one time I remember, I heard in your class that for material success, everything should be in place, right? Like otherwise, like we cannot have that success. But for
I mean
spiritual life,
to enjoy fully.
huh, yeah, to enjoy fully, yeah, everything has to be in place, right?
Yeah.
Um, in the material world. But in spiritual world also, if we're expecting like that, then is it really success? Like means, okay, I should be able to do all my Krishna conscious activities, but I also have to have all the comforts also along with it. I need to have home. I need to have other basic, amenities, and I should be very comfortable in order to do the spiritual service without taking any other pains. Is that considered like spiritual no success? I feel like for spiritual life also you have to go through discomforts. You have to be able to like be able to give like give up some things like and not expect like a very comfortable. Then only you can like do sadhana. I'm just thinking like
What
that.
we were saying is that in material success, like you want, you have a lot of money, right? But you don't have good relationship in the family. It can give you distress. Or you don't have good health. You have a lot of money, but your health is not right. Then you will not be happy. But what we were saying is we are comparing that material success to spiritual success. Spiritual success means you can be in a mess, but you can be spiritually successful. Like because you can, like there were devotees who were very poor, like Sudama. Sudama was very poor, but he was like a pure devotee. So you can get happiness, spiritual happiness, irrespective, and success means happiness. Ultimately, we want success means we want happiness. So for material happiness, So many things have to go right. But for spiritual happiness, even if things are not right, you can still be spiritually happy. That's what we were contrasting. That there were devotees who were very, of course, they are very advanced devotees who can be happy in any situation, right? But generally, we are not like that. We need some basic things and like, but one can come to that platform where one can be like happy, even in a very, because your happiness is coming from your relationship, from service to Krishna. So then that you can do, chanting, hearing. Maybe if you are sick, you cannot chant. You can remember Krishna. So like that, you can do Manasa Seva, so many things. So like that, you can always connect with Krishna. And those devotees were doing like that, right? I mean, there was this Brahmana who was not very poor, but he wanted to do Seva. So he does it.
Same. Srivas Thakur wouldn't even go to work and he had a family to maintain. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, how would you maintain? He clapped his hands 3 times. Says, if food does not come automatically, all of us will commit suicide. We are maintained by Krishna. I mean, that's very high level surrender to Krishna.
Yeah, everybody is maintained by Krishna. Yeah, the atheists are also maintained by Krishna only. And but they think that I have to do, so I'll be maintaining. But we cannot even maintain ourselves, right? If I am not in a position to go to work and I'm not able to think properly, right? I use my intelligence, then if
Yeah, I think
memory,
it becomes easy if we have a simple living, not too much expenditure. Then everything becomes easy. We can do our bhakti nicely.
Chaitanya Maharaj says like that, yeah, it is easy to cut down expenses than to boost income sometimes. Yeah, you can cut down expenses than to boost your income. Because boosting income means requires so much, but if you're cutting down expenses, may be easier. So living simple life, right? So, okay, but yeah, but everybody's in different situations, so everybody has a standard of life. And so some people have a lot of money, so they're living, but we can't compare. Okay, they're living like this, I should live. They're, for them, it is easy to maintain because they have enough. So they can live in a bigger house, right? And they can easily not have any problem because they have. So that is another thing. You have to be satisfied with what you have been given. Okay, so we'll stop here. Anything else? There's a funeral today. One devotee passed away. Abhijit, his name was Abhijit. He was 28 years old. So, I mean, his father was coming to temple, always praying to God and asking us to pray for him. But he passed away. So,
and he passed away on the day of Ekadashi, which is very auspicious. So, and even if the person does not do any bhakti and the family members are Krishna conscious and have faith in Krishna, certainly that affects.
So, yeah, his father used to come. He passed away on which day?
He passed away on Saturday, right? You told me Saturday evening. And that was the day of Ekadashi.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm not trying to say whichever day passed away. Yes.
You told me on Saturday after we came from the home program.
Saturday, yeah. Yeah, Saturday passed away. That was Ekadashi, right? Saturday. Yeah. Okay. We are going to go on Sunday to see him. But he passed away on Saturday.
Oh, sorry. Sunday was Ekadashi. Oh, yeah. Saturday morning we met for Mangal Aarti. There we wanted to see him on Saturday, but somehow we could not because his father didn't pick up the phone. He was there in the hospital next to the temple.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, we'll go on Sunday. But Saturday evening we found out he passed away.
Passed away on
Yeah.
Ekadashi. So many
Yeah.
others are also passing away on Ekadashi day
Yeah.
all over the world.
That. And if somebody fasts, like they can't eat because of their problems and this, in without consciously they're fasting or without consciously they're dying, and still they're getting the benefit.
My grandmother was also passed on Ekadashi.
And other devotees who didn't pass on Ekadashi day.
Yeah, if they're remembering Krishna, then it's all auspicious. Whatever time of the day, whatever day they pass, if they're remembering Krishna, it's auspicious.
Krishna says, Anta kale chamami yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejanti ante kalevaram. So, whatever consciousness you go in this world, that's where you get. And it is very natural because you have to fit with whatever your consciousness is. You have to get an environment which will be like conducive to your consciousness. Then you will be happy. Otherwise, you will not feel. The consciousness is something, and then you are into some other environment. Then you will not feel comfortable.
Yeah. Ultimately, if we have some desires pending in our heart, we will take another body. But if we have no material desires left, we go back home, back to Godhead. We are fooled by Maya, which gives us so many desires to think that, oh, wish I had this in my life, that would be perfect. And that is what that particular thing will lead us to have another body in this world. It's all tricks of Maya. We should not go by that. There's nothing in this world which can create a perfect situation.
So, Prabhuji, I have a question. So, if somebody is in a hospital and totally on ventilator, or right, so if the people around him are chanting, and we don't know if he's hearing or not, or right.
Yeah. Anyway, we do our duty.
They say that. See, even when even Prabhuji's mom was in the hospital, the nurses were telling us that hearing is the last sense to go. She was unconscious,
Yes.
but the nurses were saying, don't think that she can't hear, because hearing is the last sense to go. So they may still be hearing, or whether they are hearing or not, it's always auspicious to chant Hare Krishna mantra. We should do that anyways.
Yeah. Thanks.
So, anyway, our time will come. We are witnessing so many people living. Our time will also come. Somebody will come and say, let's go and chant for this person. Oh, this person died. Okay, let's go to their funeral. So everybody is going to die, right, in this world. So,
Yeah. And we wish that devotees would come and chant Hare Krishna for us.
yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. We have to leave. So, Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kyle.